Over the years, thousands of guys have told me that they encounter two main problems that stop them from getting the results that they want with women, and I've now solved those problems. The first problem is being alone in this area of his life and not having any supportive or available friends to help him get results with women. To fix that problem, I've created the Master Attraction community because essentially when a guy is single and he's learning how to attract women, he will often learn some new techniques, but then realize that, hang on a second, all of his friends are in relationships, they have a girlfriend or wife, and he's got no one to go out and meet women with. In other cases, the guy doesn't have any friends at the moment and wants to be able to make some friends who are also working on this area of their life. A guy wants to be able to meet some guys who are learning my techniques so he can go out and get the kind of results that I got for over 10 years, where I enjoyed my choice of women. Personally, I didn't want to settle down. I had a number of girlfriends who wanted to marry me, including a girlfriend who tattooed my name on her back, but I was never ready to settle down. I wanted to truly master the art of attraction, and I did. Eventually, when I felt ready to settle down, I met my perfect girl when she was 20 and I was 35, and we got into a relationship, eventually got married, eventually had twin girls, and now with our twin daughters, we have a happy, loving family together. Additionally, men in relationships with women have also been asking me for a community because they want to be able to interact with other men who actually understand how attraction works, and they're able to have that type of conversation with them that they can't really talk about with their existing friends for certain reasons. So with the Master Attraction community, this is a place where you can make new friends, you can find a wingman, you can ask for advice from fellow members, and you can give advice to a fellow member if you're able to. The community has the following categories where you can ask for advice and discuss things with fellow members. Ask for dating advice, ask for relationship advice, ask for ex-pac advice, share your wins, and find a wingman. Now the thing is though, the Master Attraction community will not work without the other part of the solution. Because if, for example, a whole bunch of guys went into the community and had no idea how to attract women in the way that I teach, then what's the point of that? It's just a bunch of guys saying, I don't know what to do, women are too difficult, I tried talking to this girl and it didn't work, what should I do? And then other members saying, I have no idea, or just trying to guess. So there's going to be no guessing at the Master Attraction community. And the solution for that is the Attraction Mastery Training. Every month I teach you 2 new traits that make women feel sexually and romantically attracted to you, and you become increasingly confident and attractive to women every month. In the first 24 lessons that focus on one attractive trait per lesson, there are approximately more than 200 examples of what to say to display the attractive traits. So you're not left thinking, okay, women like men who can make them laugh, for example, but what do I say and how do I do it if I'm single or in a relationship? In addition to the examples of what to say, each trait or behavior has its own proven to work technique. So with the lesson on flirting, for example, the technique is what I call playful hints, which is the safest, most effective way to flirt with women. It's the type of flirting that women want and welcome, and it instantly causes a woman to feel sexually attracted and aroused by you. Now, the reason why I don't say learn all of the 124 traits right now is that it's going to be over 80 hours of video and you won't be able to remember it all and experience what psychologists refer to as psychological momentum, which is the solution to the second problem that thousands of guys have told me about over the years, and that is they feel stuck. So he's not getting the kind of results he really wants with women, and if he tries to do something about it, it actually feels difficult for him because he doesn't have any momentum yet. For example, if he tries to go out and approach women, he might really want to do it, but he just can't feel confident enough to walk over and talk to a woman that he finds attractive, or he has some confidence to go over, but he doesn't really believe in his ability to attract her and doesn't think that he's going to be able to get a result. He's just stuck. Likewise, a man may want to improve his relationship with his girlfriend or wife by displaying attractive traits such as flirting or having more untamed energy around her, but he can't seem to get started. Essentially, he feels stuck and doesn't know how to get that momentum going. So, psychological momentum in a nutshell is where when you get a result or a win, you then feel a bit more confident about yourself and a bit more willing to do it again. And when you do it again and you do it right and you get another result, another win, then you feel even more confident about yourself. And that confidence and momentum makes you even more attractive to women because women are attracted to confidence, self-belief, and emotional independence in men. It just keeps getting better as long as you maintain the momentum. So psychological momentum regarding your success and results with women is either something that you have or don't have. And if you don't have, you'll feel stuck. You'll feel like you're not really getting anywhere. But it is possible to have psychological momentum. It is possible to become increasingly confident and increasingly attractive to women as a man, because it has been proven time and time again that women do place more importance on a man's emotional attractiveness compared to his physical appearance. It doesn't mean that women can't feel attracted to a handsome man. Handsome men do get looked at, and they do get their foot in the door in most cases because of their looks, right? They do get that sort of pass initially because of how they look. No doubt about that. Women can feel attracted to handsome men, but have you ever noticed that many beautiful women will get with men who don't even look as good as they do? Some guys will say, well, hang on a second, it must be that the guy is rich. That's why. But the reality is that approximately 99% of men in this world are not rich. And when you see a guy who has a pretty girlfriend or a pretty wife, in almost all cases, he's not a rich guy. He's just a normal guy living a normal life. And one of the reasons why he's been able to attract her and be with her and stay with her is that most women do place more importance on a man's emotional attractiveness compared to his physical appearance. So as a man, it's actually possible for you to become increasingly attractive to women. And as a result, when you become increasingly attractive, you notice that women find you more attractive, and that boosts your confidence, right? It's an ongoing thing. It continually gets better and better. Because if, for example, you have a certain level of confidence at the moment, that's not your limit. You're not stuck there at that level of confidence. You can be even more confident. And I know this personally as a result of what I went through, but I also know it from research into psychology, into how confidence actually works. But personally speaking, I had little to no confidence around women. I doubted myself, and as a result, they didn't find me attractive. But what happened is that one day I got lucky. I went to a party, and there was a backyard area where there was a quote-unquote dance floor, and people were dancing out there and hanging out. And somehow I managed to get over to a group of girls, and I was a bit tipsy. And the girl I started talking to was also a bit tipsy, and one thing led to another, and my arms were around her, and we started kissing, and we got into a relationship. Yet I knew that I had absolutely no idea what I had just done. I fumbled my way into that. And I also knew that if she met a guy who actually knew how to make her feel attracted, then she would want him rather than being with me, who had no idea how to make a woman feel attracted and had just gotten lucky with her. And the thing is, because I knew that, it resulted in me becoming very insecure, jealous, and overprotective in the relationship. And eventually, she got to the point where she went out with her sister and her sister's friends and cheated on me. She called me the next morning to tell me that she'd been making out with a guy at a bar, and she had cheated on me, and she was breaking up with me, and there was nothing that I could do about it. And I was absolutely devastated. I was heartbroken, and I was back on my own again with absolutely no idea how to make a woman that I found attractive feel attracted to me. And that went on for quite a while. It was very lonely. I felt left out. It was a sad experience, but eventually I made a new friend. And if it weren't for him, I probably wouldn't be making this video right now, because I probably wouldn't have gone out and met women and had them say to me, "Who are you here with? Where are your friends?" Because at the time I only had one other friend, and he was a very negative guy about life and women, and he wouldn't go out meeting women with me. He was just very negative. But thankfully I made this new friend, and him and I made a pact to go out and meet women together every weekend until we figured this out, until we were able to get ourselves a girlfriend or at least get some sex. And initially we got rejected because we had no idea how to make women feel attracted to us. But I started to pay attention to guys who were naturally good with women, and started to realize that they were displaying traits and behaviors that women find very attractive. And some of those traits are what I eventually called playfully challenging humor. Another one is masculine charm, and another one is untamed energy. In addition to, of course, confidence, social intelligence, emotional intelligence, and so forth. These men were displaying those traits, and back then I didn't really know for sure that women found those traits more attractive than physical appearance, because back then I was thinking that the reason why women didn't like me is that I wasn't good looking enough. But it was starting to click for me that, hang on a second, you can actually make women feel attracted to you in other ways. They can like you for other reasons. It doesn't have to be about your physical appearance. So when I figured that out and I started to display the traits that made women feel emotionally attracted, the floodgates opened. Suddenly I was kissing women, I was having sex with women, I was going home with women on the first night, or I was getting a phone number and setting up a date and then having sex on the first or second date and starting a new relationship. But I didn't want to settle down. And I'm glad I didn't settle down right away, because it allowed me to truly understand and master the art of attraction to the point where I can now teach this topic to men with such confidence and clarity, where nothing's a guess, nothing's a maybe. This is how it works. And it's actually very simple. It's not a 15-step complicated formula. It's very simple. It's 2 steps. Display attractive traits and shoot your shot. That's it. If it wasn't that simple, then you wouldn't see guys who don't even look like anything special and aren't perfect in terms of their traits and behaviors with pretty women or beautiful women or nice-looking women. You wouldn't see it. A guy would have to be absolutely perfect in order to get himself a woman, but you don't actually have to be. Instead, the way that it works is that with many of the women that you meet, you only really need to display 2 or 3 traits that make her feel attracted, and if you have the confidence to shoot your shot, she will usually happily go along with it. Right? You don't actually have to be perfect. However, you will come across women who require a much stronger attraction experience, and for those women, you do need to be able to display other traits that make them feel attracted. And the thing is, when a woman meets a man in a social environment, or she meets him through friends, or she meets him at work and he likes her, he will usually either be nervous, neutral, or nice. Yet when she comes across someone like you, where you're displaying so many attractive traits at once, she literally has a wow reaction. Right? It's such a breath of fresh air for the woman to be interacting with a man who is not only confident, but can also flirt with her and create sexual tension. And when he's talking to her, he actually has some tact. But at the same time, he's not just being a nice guy with his tact. He also has the ability to use some playfully challenging humor to make her feel playfully challenged in the moment, right? He's not just being a simple nice guy. And at the same time, he's not being a prick, right? He's not going and talking to women and treating them really mean and so forth and having to go to that extent. It's not that difficult. It's very simple. You just need to display traits that are naturally attractive to women, that make women feel sexually and romantically attracted to you, and they then automatically feel attracted to you because attraction is a reaction to attractive traits. It's like when we see a woman's cleavage, we automatically feel attracted. Yet us men obviously don't have cleavage, right? So what are women looking at, right? They're not looking to see if we have a line there on our chest and then feeling attracted, saying, wow, he's got a line on his chest, right? But when we see that sort of thing on a woman's chest, it makes us feel instantly attracted. What are women looking for though? Well, women look for traits that really can't be seen with the naked eye. They can be observed, right? She can observe and see that the guy is confident, but it's not his nose or his jawline or his clothes. It's the way that he is coming across. It's his energy, it's his reactions, it's his vibe, it's his behavior and so forth. It's what he's saying. It's how he's reacting to what she is saying. It's all of those things. It's not a physical thing like a face or muscles or something like that, although women definitely can feel attracted to a man who has a good-looking face or a man who has muscles. There's no doubt about that. But if a man has a good-looking face or muscles and he displays the opposites of the attractive traits, then women won't find him attractive, which is why so many handsome men have come to me for advice over the years. They definitely get looks from women, but they struggle to get anywhere. They usually get hit on by women who are not attractive, and they end up accepting that because when they interact with women who are pretty, they don't know how to handle it. Right? She looks at him and yes, he is good looking, but in most cases she's looking for something else, which is his emotional attractiveness. And that is more important to women in almost all cases. And the same applies in a relationship. I've been contacted by so many men over the years who have told me that they're in the best shape of their life. They went to the gym for the last 2 years. They put in so much effort and they're annoyed, they're angry, they're frustrated that their girlfriend or wife still doesn't find them more attractive, and they've gotten into arguments with her about it, but nothing has changed. And the thing is, yes, he looks great now, great job. It's very difficult what he has done. It requires a lot of effort, a lot of discipline. It's not easy to do. But the thing is, a woman's attraction is much more simple and instant. It's something that you can do right now. For example, if a woman is interacting with 2 men and one of them is insecure and the other is confident, she will feel naturally attracted to the confident man and naturally turned off by the insecure man because insecurity is not emotionally attractive to women. And the thing is, if the insecure guy goes and spends many months or years building muscle in the gym, the woman will look at his muscles and see that they look good. Right? He looks like he has a good athletic body and so forth, but at the end of the day, she's still going to feel more attracted to the guy who is confident because emotional attractiveness is more important to most women. It's just how it works. Now, before I finish up, I'll just make an important point here, and that is what you learn in the first 2 lessons is enough for a single guy to be able to make a woman feel attracted to him and get her number or get her out on a date or kiss her in many cases. And it's also enough for a man who's in the friend zone with a woman to make her suddenly start to look at him and feel attracted to him in a sexual and romantic way. And it's also enough for a man in a relationship with a woman to have the spark start to come back in the relationship and have her start to appreciate and respect him more because she now sees his value. She now recognizes his strength and masculinity. Okay, so I'll get back to making normal YouTube videos after this one. I want to point out, though, that what I teach on YouTube is completely different to what is taught at Master Attraction. It isn't the same and will never be the same. But I will continue to help you on YouTube as per normal. If you've watched my videos before, you know that they're always helpful. And I have so many more new videos for you. But if you want to go through a structured training where I teach you 2 new traits every month and ensure that you experience what psychologists refer to as psychological momentum, where extraordinary things begin to happen for you, you're on that winning streak, you have that momentum, then I recommend that you head over to Master Attraction and begin learning. And with that, you also get exclusive access to the Master Attraction community. All right, see you in the next video.